Alright, what is going on, guys? This is Purgatory and welcome to another video, and today I'm going to be giving you my kind of like impressions, kind of first impressions of Splatoon 3, and kind of just go through my thoughts and how I feel about the game so far. And it's very positive. There are some flaws, but there's some very positives in it, and these flaws are more particular in Splatfest, some of them at least. But anyways, let's get right into it. The gameplay you were watching is a funny Splat Roar gameplay that I had. And that will, if you want to go see that gameplay, it's really funny. If you want to go see that gameplay, go make sure to go check it out on my second channel, the Purgatory Live channel, where I'll have it completely uncut, and it'll just be my face and my voice on that video rather than right here. Anyways, so Splatoon 3, right off the bat, it's amazing. The game feels absolutely amazing. The Splatfest atmosphere, everything about this game felt great. The atmosphere where it's like people celebrating and the pop stars are having this concert. It feels like a Splatfest, but this one feels like it's turned up a notch quite by a lot. And it's really fun. And I had a lot of fun just like looking at all the vibe of the whole thing. But the game, as the game went on, the more I really started to appreciate how very smooth the controls felt. These controls, they felt more consistent. In Splatoon 2, I said it a couple times during that stream, but in Splatoon 2, something always felt off. It felt like every time I booted up Splatoon 2, I had to change my sensitivity because it just felt different every time. And sometimes it didn't feel smooth at all, so that's one of the reasons why I don't really play Splatoon 2 all that much. Splatoon 1 didn't have that issue. But something about that, all of that fell off. With Splatoon 3, they completely solved the problem. I don't know what they did, but it's just gone now. So yeah, the overall feel of the game is amazing. Most of the weapons in this game are incredible. Like the dualies, I think that's the one I noticed the most. But the dualies, they feel insane in this game. I actually have some gameplays on that, and I will be uploading a video on that maybe tomorrow, because I got some tricolor gameplay, and we'll go over tricolor, how I feel about that mode. But overall, the weapons felt amazing. Turf War was, Turf War. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. It feels whatever. It is what it is. There's no downgrade, no upgrade. It's Turf War. But the thing I actually really did like more than the other games is the spawning system. You actually can choose which lane kind of you want to take and have that head start going into that lane by shooting your way over to that side. And when you start the game, you can even you can see where other people are dropping, and you can spawn differently so you can ink turf more effectively with your team. And I think this spawn feature is really good. Can you still spawn trap? I feel like you still can, because that's just how the game works. It's Turf War. You're supposed to rush people's spawns. And just in general, how that stuff works, like even with Rainmaker, Clam Blitz, all these things are based on getting to the enemy spawn. It's not easy. Getting there is pretty much kind of the objective. But overall, the spawn system is amazing. The idols, I'm going out of order here. I'm just rapid firing, but the idols I think are amazing. My personal favorite is Big Man. That's why I kind of chose Team Scissors. Big Man supremacy, I believe in that. But I do love me some Big Man. The thing is, don't get me wrong, Fire and Shiver are amazing. I really like their designs. Fry had to grow on me a little bit, but I really do like her design now, and just kind of the vibe that she gives. But I'm a big fan of Shiver and Big Man. Big Man is more my thing, because I think he's unique. I like unique, and so every time I notice something unique, that's when I get to it. But that's pretty much all I can really say about the game so far, because we only got to play so much. The maps were pretty good. I don't really like Scorch Gorge all that much. It might be that I need more time to play it, but so far that has been my least favorite map in the game, and every other map has felt fine. Like, I think my favorite might be Eeltail Alley. That map is actually pretty fun too. I'm just excited to see what else we get to play in Splatoon 3 when it launches. The 12 maps they said that are coming out at launch. So I'm really looking forward to both of those. I think that's about it that I have to say right now. The only other, I guess we'll go ahead and go into some of the feedback or flaws, I guess I have. And right off the bat, I'm just gonna say, Tricolor Turf War. I don't really think I like this mode all that much. It's good on paper, and I think it's good in general, but the issue here that I'm having is the comeback mechanic. Just the overall disadvantage that the winning team gets over the other teams. So I was Team Scissors. Team Scissors was winning the first half of the Splatoon 3 Splatfest, at least at that time. So whenever you're the winning team, that means you're the 4 players that are going to be on that team. You can't just queue up into the tricolor mode. You have to queue up into an open, I think the Splatfest Open, whatever it was called. And when you get in there, you're at a large disadvantage. You barely have any turf to ink. Both teams get like full spawns to ink, and you don't. You get like this small little square. Not only do you have to do that, your whole team has to focus on inking both sides of the map while also defending the objective at the beginning. Your team can't get that. If you're the winning team, your team can't get that. You can't claim that. The enemy teams can. Like in this case, it was Rock and Paper. They were both the losing teams, second and third. They could get the rockets. My team couldn't. And I hate to say it like this, and I don't want to sound petty or anything, but I feel like that's the reason why Team Scissors lost so hard, because in the first half we were winning, and in the second half we became to this huge disadvantage. Absolutely, odds turned against us completely, and that's why we got 0 points. I'm surprised we actually didn't win majority vote, but I could see why, because Shiver was also a big contender for big man. But anyways, that's personally how I feel about this mode. The mode, it's fun. It's really good on paper, and in the Splat Dualies gameplay you'll actually hear me complaining about it a little bit, but the gameplays that I got there were pretty good. The only thing I would say to give feedback on is at least just let the winning team also get the little rocket. Just, you put them at such a clear disadvantage when you're defending, and it's just not cool. Everybody should at least have the same objective, and that's to get that rocket. Not have the winning team defend it and also have to worry about getting their turf inked. Like, I don't think that was fair in any circumstance at all, any sort of way. That's kind of the only real big flaw that I had with it. There's some times where you don't vibe with maps, like Scorch Gorge for me, but I mean, that's really it. The mode, I genuinely did not have a good time playing, and I had to switch playlists because I was playing open and I was having fun playing open, and I had to switch playlists because they decided to do the tricolor mode and just make it where it's almost every match is a tricolor match, and I just did not have fun doing that at all. So I spent the rest of the time doing the pro. Other than that, the game is fantastic. I hope they do some changes to the tricolor mode, but I think the game's in a really good spot. The balance is a little iffy. I think the bow needs to be buffed, and there's another gun in the game that I feel like needs to be buffed too. Some specials for sure. I'd say the Ink Zuka it's good, don't get me wrong. For some reason, for me, it just didn't feel too strong. It felt kind of weak, to be honest. The killer whale thing, that like the thing that turns into like 6 little beams and shoots forward, that's a little iffy to try to change, but it's possible. I don't know. That one's definitely really weird because if you buff it, make it too strong, it's gonna be too annoying, and if you make it too useless, nobody's gonna use it. And that's really it with the changes. I definitely think the bow needs to be buffed. It just has honestly, I'm just not good with weapons like that. It's a lot of fun to use, but I had a lot more fun playing with the Splatanas. If you want to go check out the Splatana video, that should be linked in the description, or you see a little card pop up here. That's really it, I think. But yeah, overall, I'm really excited for this game's launch. I think it's going to be amazing, and it's only going to get better from here. We're going to have 12 maps from launch. The game's going to get seasonal updates. I'm pretty sure it's getting battle passes, they said, which is interesting to say the least. Looks like there's going to be some minor microtransactions, but not like egregious, I don't think. But at least I hope they don't make it too egregious. But anyways, that's my opinion. I think the game's really fun. The Splatfest just needs to be tuned a little bit, and that's about it. I think everybody, the one thing I will say is when this game comes out and you're new to Splatoon and you're wondering what Splatoon game you should pick up, absolutely just pick up Splatoon 3. Splatoon 3 feels so amazing in comparison to Splatoon 2. You are going to have a blast, even with the single player or the salmon run or the multiplayer. They should be fun. The multiplayer I only play, and the multiplayer is fun, so I think you'll actually just have fun playing the multiplayer on its own. That is going to be it for me. I hope you guys did enjoy. Let me know what you think about Splatoon 3, at least through the Splatfest world premiere, and I'm just very curious. Make sure to leave a like if you did enjoy. Make sure to subscribe if you find yourself coming back to the channel and you're not subscribed. I love you guys. Have an absolutely fantastic day.